a young couple leaving the Israeli embassy. One of them's Christian, but he's I guess he is an embassy, works at the embassy. That's the dialogue they're trying to say. They're embassy workers. One girl, they're both in their 20s. They're getting engaged. And a lunatic Latin guy who's like a pro-Palestine kid just walks up and executes them. Literally shoots her, I think, like 22 times as she's begging for her life, crawling away, kills them both, and yells, "Free Palestine," as soon as it's done for all the cameras to see. Now, you would think that the response, would be outrage, right? And how did we get here? And there's literally people, all these rats online are justifying it, saying, this is what happens. And again, switching the narrative to, well, Israel. And this is stuff that we've been warning about. We've been talking about. Jews have been talking about it. Pro-Israel, pro-U.S. people have been talking about this. These idiots on college campuses, or idiots, in the best light, right? And the worst light, just pure anti-Semites, are calling. They've been calling for intifada. They've been calling, from the river to the sea. Where the river to the sea, from the Jordan River to the Mediterranean Sea, Palestine will be free of Jews. That's what they want. That's what they've been saying. And intifada, they don't even know what intifada is. They think it's uprising, as if it's like the Star Wars series, like it's Luke Skywalker. The intifada. Why don't you explain to the viewers the intifada and some of the history of the intifada?
Yeah, the intifadas are uprisings, as your wife told us off camera.
Violent uprising.
Intifada is an Arabic word that means to shake off. And I think that, to your point, I think probably a lot of the kids, especially on college campuses, are manipulated to believe that it's a nonviolent uprising. But it certainly is a violent uprising. And there's been multiple intifadas where the Palestinian population rises up and instigates violence against the Jewish population. And one of the main precursors, one of the causes of that is that the Arab leadership will start spreading rumors that the Jews are somehow going to desecrate the Temple Mount and the Al-Aqsa Mosque, which sits adjacent to the Temple Mount. And of course, that is a very, very, very sacred entity in Islam. So when you tell your population that the Israelis are going to desecrate either the mosque or the Temple Mount or both,
which they've never done in history.